Let me remember the storm I never had to weather, the roof that never leaked, the floor that never shook. Let me remember the silence of bombs I never heard, the border I never crossed with blistered feet. Let me choke on the silence where others screamed, not in defiance but in despair. Let me taste the soot of stories swallowed by mouths sewn shut with circumstance. Let me not believe the lie that I am lightning, when I am the tree that never burned. Let me not bathe in the bloodless myth that I bled for this. Let me not crown myself king of the charnel pit because I stood where the bones were buried clean. Let me feel the fracture in someone else's story, the cracked mirror where luck never smiled, the rain that fell on their cradle while mine was wrapped in quiet cotton and lullabies. Let me see the boy, belly bloated with breathless hunger, buried beneath billboards of diet pills and gym ads. Let me see the girl sold for her father's debt, while I sip still water from crystal and call it effort. Let me remember the fingernails clawing at concrete ceilings I never touched. Let me remember the frostbite of ambition in those who froze before they reached the gate. Let me break the blistered pride that blooms like bruises on my tongue. Let me stop the sentence that begins, they just need to let it rot in my mouth like metal. Let me know I did not scale a mountain. I was born at the summit while others drowned, gasping in the valleys of ash. Let me hear the crack, crack, crack of knuckles breaking on locked doors. Let me hear the lullabies in refugee camps, thin as spider silk, trembling on barbed wire. Let the bone dust of the silence settle in my lungs until every breath rasps their names. Let the walls of my privilege ooze with mildew from drowned dreams. Let the chandelier shake with the fists of those beating from below. Let me remember that I did not plant the orchard, but I eat its fruit. Let me remember that I did not calm the sea, but I sail it smooth. Let me wear their suffering like a second skin, stitched tight with barbed wire, so I never again dance on a grave and call it a stage. Give me grace to greet the ghost of those who fell, not as proof that I was better, but as proof that I was spared. Let me beg for the curse of remembering. Let me beg for visions of drowned children clawing at the sky. Let me beg for nightmares where the elevator cables snap and I fall into the basement where they've always been. Teach me that I am not the story, but a page made smooth by unseen hands. Teach me to fall to my knees not for having risen, but for not having been pushed down. Let my wealth be not a wall, but a well. Let my success be not a sword, but a shelter. And if I ever forget, let the wind carry the names of the fallen through my sleep. Let them sting my dreams like smoke, or let the earth open its mouth and drag me down where the prayers of the perished become screams, and I am made to listen forever. Behind the lines, this poem is a personal covenant, a raw, haunting self-reminder written not for applause, but as armour against arrogance. It's a private prayer for humility, meant to echo when success comes knocking, so the voice of privilege doesn't drown out the truth. It speaks to the quiet cruelties of moral luck and survivorship bias, the invisible scaffolding that lifts some while others are left to crumble. It pulls no punches. It insists on remembering the hunger behind the curtain of comfort, the hands bloodied beneath the foundation of ease, the brilliance buried under the weight of bad timing and broken systems. This is not just about resisting pride, it's about refusing erasure. Refusing to forget that being spared is not the same as being superior, that the summit was gifted, not earned alone, that others clawed, screamed, shattered, and were still denied. The poem doesn't seek forgiveness, and it doesn't flinch. It chooses discomfort over denial. It calls for vigilance against the seductive lie that effort alone explains success, and demands the speaker keep listening to the ghosts who never got to speak. It's not written out of guilt, but out of reverence. Reverence for the ones who tried just as hard, if not harder, and fell anyway. It's a shield against self-deception, a lyrical oath to never confuse safety for sainthood, or fortune for virtue. This poem is a mirror, a weight, a whisper from the past to the future self. Remember who you are, remember who you aren't, and remember who never got the chance.